this? Todd, this... It says Beau on it. It's got my name on it, too. Can I open it?
If you feel like it. Just throw it in the trash. Whatever.
Come on, Todd, what's in here? I'm gonna open it now, okay?
Quincy! Officer Andy Harrison. Quincy Johnson. Quincy is one of the men that keeps the show on the road.
Don't believe anything Junior says, Andy.
I try not to. It's nice to meet you.
Wait, this isn't the Officer Harrison, you know, the one who you...
Quincy, you must have like a million things to do before we put this baby to bed, so we don't want to hold you up. Just want to say hi. See ya.
Right, excuse me. Nice to meet you.
Yes. What was that all about?
What?
Don't give me that blank look. Why did Quincy say, is this the Officer Harrison, the one who... the one who what?
Oh, that! That. Well, you know, that's a surprise. You're just gonna have to wait.
I hate surprises. Didn't I tell you that, Buchanan?
I think on second thought that I will hold on to your little diary, Irene. Who knows? It may prove very useful. Especially if Dorian should have a change of heart. It's a shame everything was going so smoothly until Tommy came out. Pushed over that shelf and hurt that young man. Well, we got what I needed. Dorian is protected, and more importantly, Victoria is safe. Hello.
Vicky, this is Clint. Listen, have you talked to Joey?
No, I haven't seen him.
Well, I know he's trying to hide it, but he was really thrown by the news that Dorian had married David Vickers. And I mean really thrown. You probably should check and see if he's home yet.
Fine, I'll do it in a bit. Thanks for telling me.
Vicky, I said he's really hurting.
Clint, Joey is practically a grown man. I mean, one should learn to get past things like that, don't you think? Besides, if Joey wants me to interfere, I'm sure he'll ask me to.
You know, I think we'd better have that meeting we've been talking about.
Fine. How's tomorrow afternoon for you?
How about now? Now, come on, you've been putting me off for weeks. I mean, this is our family we're talking about. Now, why don't you meet me at the club for a cup of coffee? Now.
Oh, fine. I'll be there in just a few moments, all right?
Good. I'll be looking forward to it. Goodbye.
Wonderful. Just exactly what I want to do.
Last chance. Complete immunity. If you tell us everything you know about that diary and how you forged it to clear Dorian of Victor Lord's murder.
I think I understand your offer, and I've made my decision. Mr. Gannon, I've considered everything you've had to say, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
Commissioner, there's been an accident downstairs in the evidence room.
What happened?
I don't know. McMaster said it was bad, though. Mr. Gannon, they told me to tell you somebody from your office was hurt.
What? You sit tight. We'll be right back.
Manny, keep an eye on this guy, all right? Come on.
Hey, don't worry about me. I'm right behind you.
Oh, my darling. I was absolutely frantic when I heard that the police had brought you down here.
Dorian.
It's all right. I'm this man's wife. Oh, I was so scared. What were Hank and Beau saying to you?
It's okay, little potato. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm fine.
Oh.
They're offering me a deal. 100% immunity if I rat on you.
And you know what? I'm gonna take it.
Oh, darling. So Bo and Hank offered you a deal, and you're going to take it, huh?
Uh-huh.
Take this.
Okay, that's enough, you two. The commissioner said
It's
that...
all right. This man is my husband.
Yes, ma'am, I realize that, but...
I said this man is my husband, and he has not been charged with any crime, nor is he going to be. And if you violate his constitutional rights, you're going to be out of a job, out of your house, and out of whatever retirement it is that you get. So, think about that and back off. Oh, I'm so sorry, officer. Really, I'm losing it because I just... You have no idea how much I love this man. But you know that, don't you, darling? You know how much I love you. So, what are Hank and Bo offering you?
Honey, I have missed you so much. Total immunity. All I have to do is admit that I forged the diary, testify against you, and then I get to walk out of town. Free as a little bird.
Oh, darling, you know what it does to me when you do that. But please don't stop. Hey, stop. You cheap little sleaze. You should have known that you would sell me out at the first opportunity. We have an arrangement, remember? Oh, my darling. You're the moon and the stars to me.
Come back down to earth. You would have taken that immunity and dumped me at the speed of light.
Why do you have to take it? We've got a perfectly good deal going.
Look. I paid a whole lot of money to have the last pages of that diary forged, okay? By a real expert. I don't know how they're gonna stand up when some hotshot from the FBI forensic department comes in to check it out. I'm not going to spend 10 years in prison, Dorian. I'm sorry, I just can't take that chance.
Okay. My darling, no wonder you're upset. Excuse me, officer. Being dragged down to a dreadful place like this. Listen to me, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay? There is nothing at risk. Do you understand? No risk, none at all. Not any more.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the diary. It's gone. It's vanished. Why do you think Hank and Bo went running to the evidence room?
How in the heck did you manage that?
I just wanted to, think of some way to say thank you for all the help you gave me. Taking me out on patrol and giving me a good look at what it's like enforcing the law 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
No, I mean it, I mean all the boredom and the excitement and all the frustration. It meant a lot to a young reporter just starting out. And so anyway, I wanted to think of something to give you in return. Anyway, here it is.
Oh, my God.
What is this?
You know, the only reason Kevin Buchanan gets to report for the Banners is because his dad's the editor. His mommy owns this rag.
Oh, my God. Todd, stop talking about Kevin Buchanan a minute and tell me what I'm seeing is real. Is this the deed to the Omega building?
Yeah.
Don't just say, yeah. Did you buy the building?
Yeah. Started thinking about old man Asa and how much he hated you, so I decided to buy the building. I mean, that way he can't screw you out of the lease once your business starts to get off the ground.
Todd, you bought the whole building?
It's less than $2 million.
I can't believe that you did this for me.
It's just good business. I'm gonna move the paper there. Plus, that way, once Malador starts to grow, you got room to expand.
Todd, look at me a minute. Thank you.
not just for this building, but for having the confidence in me that I would succeed. It was so sweet of you to not want, well, to protect me from Asa.
No big deal. You're my wife, right?
I'm your wife.
So, like, your family kept the carriages here?
Yeah, I guess.
Like 100 years ago or something.
We just always call it the carriage house.
Really neat. Oh, my God. I just realized this is another bond between us.
It is.
You know how you said David Vickers used to live here when you thought he was your uncle?
Yeah.
And now he's married to my aunt. So he's my uncle.
Oh, my gosh, we keep having these connections.
I told you. So you want me to help you with your French?
Yeah. I figured no one would bother us out here. Hey, how come you weren't in school again today? Did you have, like, one of those spells or something?
No. I think it's just the atmosphere, you know, in the town. It's just so oppressive.
This is a really neat house, though.
Oh, my God. You know what we can do? We can make this ours. Our own private den of iniquity.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, a place like this, no one's gonna bother us. Or keep telling us how we're living our lives all wrong.
Is that what Andrew and Cassie do?
Please. I can hardly breathe in that house.
They just always seem so nice.
Well, I think you have to live there to seriously understand. By the way, I love your hair.
You do? I had to do it myself this morning. It's really okay?
Yeah, it's awesome. But what did your mom and dad think about it?
Ugh, my dad. He thought I, like, totally freaked out. But my mom, I don't know what's with her. I mean, before she would have, like, totally thought I just went wacky or something. but she just didn't say anything.
Well, that's cool. That means that she's getting with it.
Yeah, I guess.
And you think the way Jessica looks nowadays is just fine?
Clint, she's a teenager. Teenagers rebel. That's what they do for a living. As long as she isn't endangering herself or anyone else, let her have her little rebellion. I'm sure it's all terribly meaningful for her. Probably even fun.
Well, sometimes freedom can hurt. I mean, how about Joey?
What about him?
Well, when he got involved with Dorian, I mean, do we call that just a little rebellion, too?
Well, sometimes children have to learn the hard way that their parents are bright. I'm not really terribly worried about Joey, you know. And I think this experience will probably be very good for him.
Experience? He was used. He feels used. This has got to be terrible for him. And Vicky, I don't understand this laid-back attitude you have about your own son. What's happening?
Clint is really getting to be quite a bore. Everything seems to be going along fine, and then he decides to become annoyingly suspicious again. I'm going to have to nip this in the bud.
It must have happened around the time I thought I heard this kid yell.
What kid?
Well, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I could have swore I heard something like a teenager. But I couldn't understand what they were saying, and I never saw him.
You didn't hear anything fall?
Well, see, I was coming back from my break.
Hey, how long before you found my assistant DA lying in here unconscious?
Another 2, maybe 5 minutes tops. I mean, Lewis is gonna be all right, though, isn't he?
Yeah, the ambulance just left. They said he's conscious, sitting up talking. Possible broken leg.
But he doesn't know what happened. He heard a noise, he came in to check it out, and the next thing he knew, the shells fell on top of him. Now, you didn't hear anything except a teenager yell?
Like I said, Commissioner, I had just come back from my break. I mean, you know, with the cuts, I had nobody there to cover for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you and me both.
funny. There'd be an accident just as my assistant DA was coming down here to get the diary that could put Dorian Lord back in prison.
You think the diary was somewhere on these shelves?
Oh, yeah. It was.
You think it could be buried somewhere under all this mess?
Well, Bo, I'm going to get some people down here to go through this, page by page, box by box.
Hank, why do I have the feeling that this diary is going to turn up missing?
Oh, my darling, darling. Look, there's no need for you to take a deal from the DA. Just stick with our arrangement.
Oh, baby.
Oh, ooh. Sometimes you just say the sexiest things.
Oh.
And now I've got one for you. Yeah, right. Like, I'm never going to trust you. Hank Gannon just offered me total immunity. What are you going to offer me?
Well, sweetheart, what if I make it more rewarding? Financially. Okay, how much is it going to take to keep your big fat mouth shut? Forever.
Will a true confession
I never stopped loving you, Julia.
turn her heart around?
Why did you marry Kendall if you loved me?
Or will she find that the love she wants
If it wasn't for you, I'd be dead right now.
is gone forever? All My Children, it's more than a storyline, it's a legacy.
Listen, about this surprise you gave me. I mean, thank you. I'm really touched.
Well, you're welcome. And thank you for letting me see the life of a cop from the inside.
I didn't know you were going to write anything about me.
No, you didn't. What, are you afraid all the folks down at the station are going to be jealous when it comes out on the stands?
I'm going to be in for a pretty big razzing.
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
You know, I read the article and...
Yeah? What? No, please feel free to criticize.
No, it was very well written. You know, I think you finally found your calling, Buchanan.
I hope so. I really love this place, you know? Maybe that old saying is true, that the ink just flows through the veins. Yeah. All started with my grandpa, Victor Lord.
Well, you've really been into that book lately.
Yeah. Just reading about dear old Dad. You know how he made a pile of money? He'd buy up these ratty little newspapers, and then he'd turn them around till they were worth something. And then he'd either fold them into the banner, or he'd sell them off for a bunch of bucks.
Well, here's one that he wouldn't have touched with a 10-foot pole.
Why not?
Todd, I saw the latest circulation figures on that sheet that you had. The intruder has been losing it for the past few years. I mean, it's over.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Trust me, Todd. I know. It's a loser.
Yeah, well, I was a loser once. Look at me now.
Clint, I will probably never, ever forgive Dorian for what she did to my family. To me, to you, to Sloan, and now to Joey. And frankly, there's nothing that I would like better than to see her behind bars again. But I can't lie. I can't just say I remember her admitting that she killed my father when I don't.
I know how you feel about always being completely honest.
Yes. And as far as Joey is concerned, he has known all along how we felt about Dorian, and he chose to ignore our warnings at his peril.
Oh, so now he has to pay the price? Is that what you're saying?
Now, come on. You act as if you think I want to see him suffer. I don't, any more than you do. Nor am I taking a laid-back attitude to this problem. But Joey will survive. He's a lot stronger than you seem to think he is.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, my goodness, I had no idea it was so late. Thank you so much for the talk, and we'll both keep an eye on Joey.
Wait a
All
minute.
right.
No, wait a minute. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. I heard something kind of strange this morning. I ran into Bob Brown from the South Jersey Ledger.
Oh, Bob, yes, Bob.
Yeah, well, he swore that he saw you at a casino in Atlantic City last week. I told him he must have been mistaken, that it couldn't have been you. I was right, wasn't I?
No deal, Dorian. I'm sick of this whole arrangement. I'm sick of wondering how long I'm going to be in prison, and I'm really sick of you.
You sleazy weasel.
Mm-hmm.
You may be scum, but you're no fool. You love Tina for reasons I cannot fathom, but you do love her. You also love money. If you take Hank's immunity deal, even though they don't have the diary, you're going to end up with no money. You're also going to end up back in some podunk town in Iowa.
Oregon.
Wherever. You'll end up without Tina.
You know, Dorian, you really haven't been that generous.
Oh.
Paying off a few debts, buying me a watch, giving me an allowance. That's not my idea of the good life.
Okay, listen up. I'm really prepared to be very generous.
Oh, really? How generous?
Followed by 6 zeros. Does that seem fair enough? Take my deal, and you'll get lots of money. And Tina. You take Hank's deal, you'll get no money, and a bus ticket back to Portland. What do you say?
Hey! I told you to keep an eye on him, man.
And deny a man an opportunity to talk to his wife?
They're just talking, Commissioner. Yeah, like a couple of lovebirds, huh? Next time, just do what I ask you to do. Okay? Come on, Vickers. Let's take a walk down to the DA's office and give us the information you promised. You ready?
Commissioner, I don't see any reason we should go to Mr. Gannon's office, because I don't have anything else to say.
What?
We're offering you immunity. It doesn't get any better than that.
No. I'm sorry. I don't think you understand. Immunity or no immunity, I don't have anything else to say about Victor Lord's murder or the diary I found.
Oh, not a word, huh? What did Dorian say to change your mind?
You were ready to talk 10 minutes ago.
No. I'm sorry if you got that impression, but that's not true. I've already told you everything I have to say.
Then why were you pushing for a deal with total immunity?
Well, you see, Commissioner, I just kind of wanted to see how desperate you were. I kind of like to play mind games now and again.
My. Isn't that convenient for you, Dorian?
What?
Well, first, Vicky's not going to testify that you confessed to Victor Lord's murder.
Because I didn't.
And now, David's not going to testify about that diary.
Because, as he just said, he has nothing further to say about the diary.
And lo and behold, someone breaks into the evidence room downstairs, and suddenly, that diary disappears.
Really? Oh, wait. Are you accusing me of breaking into the evidence room and stealing the diary?
You said it, not me. And since you have, Dorian, where have you been this afternoon?
Wait a minute, Hank. Before you fly off the handle, as you usually do, and start accusing me of all sorts of crimes, why don't you take a minute and check your facts? All right, I was at home this morning with my housekeeper. Then my driver drove me to the country club where, by the way, Bo, your brother roundly vilified me. I then was driven home by my driver, where I found out that you were harassing my husband. So I had my driver bring me here. Not more than 10 or 15 minutes ago, and now I'm here to be falsely accused by you.
I'm going to check with the desk sergeant and see what time she signed into the building.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's just hope whoever broke into the evidence room, that he or she covered his tracks.
Well, that's absurd. Bob Brown is wrong. I was not in Atlantic City. I was in Tidewater. You know that, taking care of those real estate problems.
Yes, on Sloan's estate. But you know, Bob...
Do you have any idea how many years it has been since I last saw Bob Brown? How do you know he would even recognize me? Frankly, I wouldn't know him if I fell over him.
Well, I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right.
Well, I know you're in a hurry, so... Oh, wait, one more thing. I talked to Arthur, and he said that Todd isn't interested in selling us the intruder.
Fine. What that young man does is totally immaterial.
Well, Vicky, you and I had a long talk about how much you wanted to buy the intruder. Remember? I mean, because it was one of your father's original papers. What's happening?
You know something? I think that's my question now, Clint. From the minute I sat down here, you have done nothing but interrogate me. I mean, what are you so worried about?
Well, I guess I should just come out and say it. The more I see you, the more I talk to you, the more I keep thinking that something has changed. Something just isn't right. Now, what's happening with you, Vicky?
You want to know why the circulation is down for the intruder? Look at this stuff. Elvis is seen at a mall. An alien ate my toy poodle. Oh, and here's my favorite. OJ is really Jack Kennedy in disguise. Who's going to read this trash?
Todd, I'm telling you, a lot of people do. Look, I ran The Intruder for a while. Badly, on purpose. But it has a very, very specific readership, believe me.
The brain dead? Even they have to be tired of this garbage. You know, the circulation figures for The Intruder, they're pathetic. I say it's time for some new readers.
That's always one of the things I love most about this paper, you know? That it always felt a real responsibility to its readers. My grandpa always said that we stood for three things: integrity, accuracy, and objectivity.
Oh, look at this picture of the staff. A lot of those people are still working here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. In fact, some of those people actually worked here before I was even born. You know, family really means something here. I'm proud of that.
Here, check this out.
What?
No wonder The Intruder's such a dinosaur. Everybody that works there is like 400 years old.
Oh.
Talk about dead wood. Somebody ought to go in there, do some pruning.
Yeah? And who is that somebody going to be, Todd?
So, how many guys have you made love with? I don't know. How many have you made love with?
12.
12?
Nah, it's really 5. Okay, 2, but one was a duke. Well, maybe he worked for the government, I'm not sure. Anyway, he was married. And married men are the best. They just know more.
Yeah.
God, shock. It taught me so much about love.
Really?
Yeah. But now that I'm back in the United States, I think my first job should be to find you a guy. How about we shoot over to the mall tomorrow and see who we can run into?
Okay. You're just... I mean, you know so much, and you've done so much. Sometimes I just feel like I'm stuck here in Landview.
Relax. You will get there. All you need is a little je ne sais quoi. But first, we must work on the allure.
My allure?
Yes. The sex appeal, the look, your thing. It starts with the eyes. The one thing that the French do better than anyone else is flirt with their eyes. I swear they learn it like in the first grade or something. Okay, so take a mirror and practice every night, at least an hour before you go to bed. Like this. Right. But when the time comes and you're ready to make that move, you need protection.
You mean like talking to the right guy or the wrong guy?
No, after that. I mean when it's time. Check it out.
This is a, latex. You gotta have latex. The French, they have better condoms than we do, but as long as it's latex, you're cool. In, sex ed class, we just saw pictures.
Well, open it. Get used to it.
No, really, it's okay. I don't want to.
Come on, it's just a condom. Don't be afraid. Tear the foil and open it up.
Come on, you have to act like you know what you're doing with these things.
Guys like that.
Okay.
Jess, what are you doing?
Jessica, your brother hates my guts. And since he obviously doesn't know how to knock on a door, I will say au revoir for now. Are we still on tomorrow, n'est-ce pas?
Boys and men. You're gonna tell Mom and Dad, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Look, all I can say, Jess, is what you're dealing with here is something very special. And the last person you should be taking any advice from is someone like Kelly. She's not a good influence, Jess, not at all.
Oh, you're hardly the one to talk, Joey. I mean, you and Dorian.
Yeah, well, I guess I learned my lesson the hard way. But frankly, now I wish I would have listened to what everybody was trying to tell me. Look, Jesse, you're way too good to get mixed up in Kelly's craziness. She doesn't even know what the truth is half the time.
Don't you think I can tell when she's stretching the truth a little? I mean, she's one of the smartest people I've ever met.
Oh.
Hey, she's very spiritually evolved.
Is that what she's told you?
Don't laugh.
Look, Jess, she's not spiritually evolved. She's screwed up. The best thing you can do is stay away from her.
The desk sergeant's on his way with the log.
Yeah, well, they're just about cleaning up down in the evidence room.
And?
Well, it looks like whoever pushed that shelf over on the assistant DA also took a certain diary.
Oh, so now I've not only broken into the evidence room, I've pushed a shelf down on somebody, and I've stolen the diary, and it wasn't even in the same building.
Did you check with Mrs. Lord's housekeeper?
Oh, excuse me, it's Vickers. I'm Mrs. Vickers.
Whatever!
Yes, sir, and I also checked with her driver, and there's no possible way that she could have been here before I saw her walk through the front door and sign at my desk.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. Does either one of you know how to apologize?
Well, you know, boy, it actually makes sense. I mean, since the guard said he thought he heard a teenager's voice. So, if you didn't steal the diary, Dorian, who did?
I mean, this just isn't like you. The way you react to things. I mean, Joey, Jessica, Dorian, and now even Todd. I mean, you seem so detached.
What are you getting at?
Well, I wish I knew. I just know that something has changed, and I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
You don't like it? All right, fine, Clint. Since you insist, yes, something has changed. And it has nothing to do with you.
So I give you a quick tour of the banner. All of a sudden, you know what makes me tick, huh?
Oh, what? Follow my finger. You know why you didn't like law school was because you...
Because I secretly wanted to be a journalist all along and win awards like my parents and like Grandpa Victor.
Nope.
No?
No, you wanted to connect with your family, and they're all right here in this building. What do you think, some kind of psychologist or what?
Or what? No, actually, that's pretty close. I do love my family, and I do want to carry on the tradition. But I'll tell you, the thing that got me into this most is when I was accused of Marty's rape. You know, I just had to live with the injustices that were done to me. And then when Marty finally did clear me, I watched Hank work like a dog trying to fight the injustices that were done to her.
And you just wanted to find a way to join the fight.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, law school just wasn't it. I kept coming back to this place. Justice comes from truth. And I want to write the truth. I want to let the public know what the public has a right to know. I think that's really important. What? What, am I under arrest for being a hopeless idealist?
No, you're not under arrest.
Uh-huh. But I am a hopeless idealist.
And that's a wonderful thing.
Journalism isn't about truth and justice in the American way. It's about power.
Well, Victor Lord knew that.
That's right. See, when you run a paper, you got clout. When people listen to you, you get respect. I remember once when I was playing football, I intercepted this pass, and this reporter wrote about it. He called me the Phantom in the end zone. Then all of a sudden, bam, I'm somebody. I mean, you take a picture and you put some words under it, and then all of a sudden everybody pays attention. And when I was on trial for rape, the Banner convinced everybody that I was scum. And that's power.
So what are you saying, Todd?
Just been thinking. Might be kind of fun to run a newspaper.
I'm sorry to have to be so blunt. Although at the same time, I expect it's only fair that I'm straight with you. Yes, I have changed. A lot has happened to me since we were married. I left you, Clint, for another man. I married him, and he passed away.
And I couldn't be sorrier for
The point is, you don't know me the way you used to. You think you do, but you don't. And you have no claim on me. And you're always watching me and worrying about me and telling me I'm not myself. Frankly, I would like that to stop, because my life is not your concern. Not anymore.
I didn't realize you felt that way. I didn't mean to intrude. It's just that I still care.
I know you do. And I think you should get over it and stop focusing on me. Clint, you have your own life.
I understand. You can count on me not to intrude. I'm sorry if I upset you. Excuse me.
Hank, it's no wonder the crime rate in Lambview has risen. The only suspect you ever come after is me. I'm so sorry. I did not break into the evidence room. I did not knock a shelf down on somebody. And I did not steal your precious diary. Neither did my precious husband, David. Now then, unless you want me to go to my lawyer and institute proceedings against you, which I'll win for millions, I suggest we all say goodbye.
Fine. Go home.
Thank you. Come, darling.
What now?
Well, face it, Bo. We've got no case. No witnesses, no confession, no evidence, no nothing. Nada. Case closed.
For now.
Right. For now.
Joe Scully, you are a man of many talents.
She's flirting with danger.
You're not the first person to be hurt by her, Kevin. Just the most recent.
She's losing the love of her life.
From now on, Lucy, you're on your own.
Lucy's Dilemma. General Hospital, only on ABC Daytime.